Home athletes, welcome to your Wednesday workout. We're doing a version of a classic, this is a CrossFit benchmark workout called Nancy. 5 rounds for time, 400-meter run, 15 squats. Now, as written, I have you guys doing dumbbell front squats. You have your trusty dumbbells, right? We're going to ride those shoulders. We're going to keep those elbows pointing kind of straight ahead. Make sure that upper arm stays parallel to the floor. We're sending those hips back and down, pressing those knees out, getting a full squat. 15 reps right there. Hopefully your dumbbell weight allows you to do sets of 15 in an unbroken, straight through fashion every single time. If you have to stop and take a little break in those later rounds, that's fine, but keep it short, try to keep it moving. 400-meter runs, of course, hopefully you have those measured out by now. Use your Google Maps app to measure that out. 400-meter run should take about 2 minutes, give or take a few seconds. Real quick, the other option there, so the original Nancy is actually overhead squats. So you might be at home thinking, well, you know what, I want to work on my overhead squats. So the beauty of this workout is the overhead squats are supposed to be light. So even if you don't have a barbell, even if you don't have something that's super heavy, you might just have, a length of PVC like this, or a broomstick, or a piece of steel piping or whatever. It doesn't have to be super heavy. Maybe you want to work on overhead squat mobility and positioning. I mean, just doing overhead squats with a very lightweight. If you struggle with the kind of mobility balance part, these overhead squats, let's face it, they're tough. They tend to bring out any flaws you might have in your shoulder stability or your upper back mobility or hip mobility or anything. So if you want, I'm going to throw this out there. If you have something like this, let's work on overhead squats today. We're going to do a little drills on this one, but overhead squats, of course, will keep the PVC behind the head. We're looking for a full deep squat down at the bottom. Stand back up again. So either or for your workout today. That's got about, I got 5 rounds, 400-meter run, 15 squats of one of those two sorts. All right. So the warm-up I'm going to run you through right now. First off, you're going to take your first easy 400-meter run. Right. I'll send you off. We can pause the video and you'll do that in just a second. And then you'll come back inside, and we do need, ideally, something like this. Grab a broomstick or a PVC. If you don't have one of these at home, I would highly recommend getting one. Go to Lowe's or Home Depot or wherever it is. About a 5-foot is kind of standard for PVC. These are really handy to have. I use them all the time for warm-ups and practicing barbell movements and what have you. You should have one. All right, so pause the video. Go to your 400-meter, nice, easy pace run. 3, 2, 1, go. And you're back. Good job. 400-meter run. That was your first one. Hopefully done at a slightly slower pace. Next one, as usual, we're going to do some mobility stuff here, mobility drills, 30 seconds of each one. Hopefully you have a wall handy that you can use, because a couple of these things feature the wall. Let me get my timer going. First off, we're going to do a wall twist squat. So get yourself maybe, foot or so from out from the wall. We're going to squat down. We're going to hold on to our toes, and then we'll start with the right side. I'm just going to reach my right hand back, touch the wall, and we're going to sit. We're looking to press into the wall. We're getting a nice kind of twist through the upper back, right? You should kind of feel a nice kind of thoracic spine twist here. We're just going to hold this. So we're sitting on the heels, and we're just kind of pressing into the wall, get a nice twist to the upper back. You can kind of play around with hand position here. You can go a little bit higher, a little bit lower. Kind of opening up that upper back here, and the chest a little bit. 3, 2, 1. Do the other side. Same thing. Hold that squat. Now we're holding on the right toe. We're going to send the left hand back. Reach into the wall. All right. We'll get going on this. 3, 2, 1. All right. We're going to do that for 30 seconds. Just staying on that same on the left side now. Just reaching back, grabbing that wall. Getting nice and comfortable with that squat position down there. As you're doing this, make sure those heels are flat on the floor. Always good to actually spend time in the bottom of the squat. A lot of times people have a hard time squatting to proper depth because they don't actually spend much time down there. So that's why we do this stuff. All right, we're going to go PVC wall squats now. So this one's kind of specific to the overhead squat, of course, but great mobility for all of us. One grip, PVC or whatever you're using overhead. Start out a couple of feet from the wall. See how that feels, right? The wall's there to kind of keep you from leaning forward too much. Pull yourself down nice and low and stand. If that feels super easy, walk in just a little bit. Same idea. Remember to send those hips back and down, press those knees out. We're looking for a nice full squat as we do it. People with really good mobility can get very close to the wall. You might be one of those people. 3, 2, 1. That was 30 seconds. What do we have next? We're going to do a little pec stretch now. So we're using our wall again. I want you to put your hand on the wall. See how my thumb's pointing up? About chest level, shoulder level right here. 3, 2, 1, wait for the beat. So we're pushing into the wall. We're simply going to turn away from the wall, right? Kind of twisting that chest away from the wall. So we're getting a nice stretch through the front part of the chest here. A little bit of the front shoulder as well. So push into the wall and turn away. Nice and easy, not too hard. These muscles through here tend to get shortened on a lot of people because, of course, we spend a lot of time like this working on computers and stuff. So those pec muscles tend to be in shortened state all day. We're going to stretch them out. And guess what? We're going to do the other side now. Wait for the beep cell, 15 seconds. Same idea. Thumb pointing up towards the ceiling, about shoulder level. We push into the wall first, and then we turn away from the wall. 3, 2, 1. Good. So pec stretch on the left now. Again, yeah, all this stuff. All these muscles tend to be they're in a shortened state all day while we're sitting on the computer. So we gotta stretch them out, especially if we want to do our overhead squats or any kind of overhead movement for that reason. 10 more seconds on the pec stretch on the left. We're gonna go back to our PVC next. 3, 2, 1. All right, so now we're gonna do this is a little external rotation stretch. So grab your broom handle or PVC. We're gonna grab it like this, right? So one hand like this, we're doing the left side first, or right side, I don't care. We're reaching underneath the arm and then basically gently pushing that elbow straight up and pulling that hand down. Watch me from the side here. All right, we're kind of basically trying to get a nice stretch. This kind of works the shoulder. We talked about external rotation of the shoulder. This is great for when we do our cleans, when we do our front squats, all that stuff. So keep working this side, 10 more seconds. Just kind of, stretch and release, stretch and release, stretch and release. Keeping that elbow up nice and high. All right, got a little 15-second break here. Then, of course, we'll do the other side. Can never remember how to figure this out. There we go, like that. So grab the handle or grab the PVC or whatever you're using. Hand underneath. And try to keep that elbow sort of pointing a little bit forward, about shoulder level. Oh, a little bit tighter on that side. Same idea, stretch and release, stretch and release. This shouldn't feel a direct stretch here. It's more of a mobility piece and stretching out muscles. Keep going here. We got 10 more seconds on this side. Don't worry, we only have one more thing in our warm-up. 3, 2, 1. And again, this is more specific to the overhead squat. But even if you're not doing these, this is a great drill. So we talked about external rotation, so shoulders in a good position. I want you to have your palms open like this, fingers spread out to the sides. What we're doing here is we're working on balance and mobility. So go ahead and try this with me. We're trying to squat down without dropping that PVC, right? We're trying to keep that PVC just behind the head. Palms facing up towards the ceiling like you're holding a tray in that hand. Keep working on those. You got about 20 more seconds. This is just practice in keeping that shoulder in a good position if you're choosing to do your overhead squats today. A few more seconds. 3, 2, 1. You are warmed up. So 5 rounds of time, 400-meter run, 15 squats. Either the dumbbell front squats, or if you have a barbell or a PVC or something you can do overhead squats with, 15 overhead squats. Either one, it's going to be a really good workout for you. It's a really simple, classic, well-designed couplet workout today. Have fun, get it done. See you tomorrow.